Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So for the last 10 years, I've been doing marketing strategy one-off for big companies, small companies, etc. And in the process of doing marketing strategy for these companies, I also had an agency on the side. It was a digital agency. I was part of the sort of digital agency movement. I started a digital agency in '06 before social media. And sort of the combination or the juxtaposition between having a digital agency and doing marketing strategy enabled me to learn exactly what was wrong with the marketing community and with agency models. And so I want to articulate just for a moment what's wrong with marketing agencies and the models. Number one, they're completely creative. And that's only a very small percentage of the marketing process. Marketing as a process is actually a science, not an art. And so it's important that the artistic element is there, but it needs to be put in its place. Would you agree? So ask yourself, how many times have you ever thought to yourself, why does growing the business seem so, challenging? Or why do the marketing people seem so unaccountable? Or why can't I get hard answers on ROI? You ever felt that way? Like, where is the ROI? And the answer is, we're going to create this thing. And you're like, no, where is the ROI? There's so much wrong with it. So what I decided to do was start to model out what the perfect world would look like if I was approaching business from a marketing perspective. And that really came together in sort of this type of format. The L stands for learn, the C stands for certify, the A stands for apply, and the E stands for execute. This was our model, essentially. We said, if we could teach marketing at scale, that would solve a huge problem, because marketing is this ambiguous thing that not many people understand. Number two, if we could certify that knowledge internally or externally so that people knew the person they were working with or were going to hire were an expert, that would solve a huge problem. Number three, if we could certify that the person who was applying their knowledge knew what they were doing and we were able to give them a framework for building a strategy and a plan, that would be huge, right? Because if I could build a framework for a marketing strategy or plan, I could institutionalize marketing planning. Right now, there is no framework. It's a guessing game. People do what they used to do. They do what they did at their last company. Would you agree? It happens all the time. So part of the apply module was the institutionalization of how to approach marketing from a strategy perspective. And then E, execute. We found that marketing became fragmented at about '08 when Facebook and all these things started to come up. In today's marketing environment, you need niche executors. Would you agree? You need someone who is expert on a very specific topic. If I need a logo, I want the best logo guy in the world. If I need YouTube, I want the best YouTube guy in the world, etc. So we curated over the last 10 years this network of niche marketing executors. Case in point, this whole system is now a piece of software that's a low subscription model. You can buy some coaching on top of it to help you so you don't get stuck. And you can literally replace this antiquated creative agency model with a scientific approach to grow the company. And those 4 steps are really at the heart of exactly what we're doing. Primary use case, I have a bank who's a client. This bank is doing $70 million on the top line. They're perfectly happy with what they're up to, but upon learning of the science of marketing, they decided it might be good to explore. What they found was, internally, the cohesion wasn't there. The people that worked in the marketing department, which were several people, were not all up to speed. Not all the people felt like they were communicating and collaborating together cohesively. And the CMO felt like they did not have a plan that everyone could rally around and execute together. Are you with me? And then on top of that, they felt like they didn't know how to vet marketing providers. You ever felt that way? Like, how do I know if this person's really good? So they plugged into Savavo, which is this system, and voila. They have a full stack enterprise solution. It's in software. They have support. They have coaching. But more importantly, they have access to executors around the world who are the best of breed providers at exactly what they do. And that's what Savavo is.
Awesome.
Did I have more time?
You had 10 seconds.
I would just add in those 10 seconds that we went into beta October 1st, and that was 6 months ago. So we had a 6-month beta, and we did 200K in the beta period in revenue. So that's kind of the traction piece.
6 months.
Yeah.
Because you have Savavo's a product, right? To your I mean, you have also a marketing company and everything.
Yeah, I have a lead gen lab that keeps me sharp. I have an analytics SaaS company as well, but yeah.
But Savavo's
doing really well. 200K in the beta period. So we're now out of beta as of this moment. So.
I really like it a lot. The implication that you've just made, what is it, $170 billion market, all the agencies, your enemy. Probably not a great thing to do. Is there a way that are they aligning, or are they going to be your
enemies,
friends?
Right. They're in the execution network, and they're put in the box that they're supposed to play in.
Do they like being put in a box? I mean, I'm just...
No, full disclosure. Some of them do not, and those tend to be the ones that are really broad. But those type of players, somebody like Gray or Saatchi & Saatchi, they're playing at the Fortune 1000 level anyway. In the SMB level, which is where this is focused, a couple $100 million and under, those type of people don't typically hire Gray or Saatchi & Saatchi. And so agencies that are a little more narrow and focused and know their real skill set, the dirty secret of agencies is that hardly any of them do the work in-house anyway. We're all using the same providers. I'm just exposing transparency of the provider.
Almost like a marketing Craigslist.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
it's Angie's List.
It's a
right?
market that's been, exposed to disintermediation for a long time, but they have so much money and so much power.
Yeah.
People are almost afraid to go against them. So I guess the question is, you haven't convinced me yet that they're your friends. I know you say they are, but...
Not all of them are, and that could never happen. I don't intend
create
that.
some alignment.
But
somehow.
a lot of them are.
Make it
They're
the
very
irresistible
enthusiastic.
force.
Some of them are our clients, Ed. They actually use our product to teach their marketing people and their biz dev and salespeople
That's what I
on how to
wanted to
be
hear.
better
You should have
marketers.
said that during the presentation. It would have been good.
That's actually why I asked that question, so that you guys knew.
Yeah, that was my question as well. Is just who is your market? Who are you selling to? Who are you focusing in on as your low hanging fruit? And then where do you want to go from there?
Yeah, the sweet spot is a CMO or VP of marketing driven organization where there's a VP of marketing or CMO and there's maybe a couple people up to maybe 15 people around that person, and they're trying to really create an internal engine and outsource effectively when needed. But we're really helping them internalize marketing acumen and infrastructure and skills so they're not overly reliant on outside third parties for that. But a CMO-driven organization, anywhere from 5 to 75 mil, has proven to be a really great market for us. There's a lot of vertical markets, frankly, that we work in. Multi-location is great. Franchises is great. MLM has a play. Anyone that's looking to institutionalize a marketing approach across a portfolio or a series of business units tends to work well.
Super awesome, Gaydon. Great job. Appreciate it.